Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marte. I come from Norway and I love makeup. And today I'm so excited because I'm finally collabing with Millie from BadToTheBrow. She is just such a sweet person and she's been so supportive of me, and she makes such amazing content, especially like for multi-chromes and all that kind of stuff that I really like. She makes 4 looks, 1 palette and those kind of things, so it's very helpful if you're considering to purchase other things. So I really enjoy her content and I'm so happy that she wanted to collab with me. And today we're doing a collab where we both picked out a color story for each other, and then the other person has to like find the single shadows to match those colors, and you can like decide yourself if you want a shimmer or a matte and then do a look with those. So we both gave each other 2 different color stories, so I'm going to show you guys here what kind of color stories she gave to me, and the one I picked is this one. So as you can see here from the colors that I picked out, I do have a black shimmery one. I wouldn't necessarily call it shimmery, but it has that gleamy effect. It's called Mother of Oil and it's from Tanuka. I did also consider using this black glitter from With Love Cosmetics, but I have used it before and this one is new, so I really wanted to try it out. And for the deeper blue shade I went with a matte, so this one is the shade Crushed Blueberry from Makeup Addiction. I did repan it into 26mm pans, which is why I have it in the same format as the other ones, and I really do like that shade. And I also went for a deeper purple, I guess I could call it. It's a little bit more like an indigo shade, but it's Midnight Violet from Looxi Beauty, and I really like this shade as well. I think it performs so great. And since we had like 2 greenish shades in the color story, I went with one that was shimmery and one that was matte, so I felt like the one in the outer corner, or like to the right, was more of a true lime neon green almost. So I went with the Neverland from Terra Moons, and I really enjoy their neon shades. They're just so amazing. And the shimmer one is Islander Girl from Tanuka, and as you can see it has a little bit more of that blue minty green base, which I feel like is quite consistent with the color story photo, but as you can see it also has a lot of different shifts, I guess I could say. It's a little bit pink almost, but it's a stunning pigment, so I thought that would match very well with especially like the purple right here. If you were wondering about this one was the one I was considering to use as a shimmer instead of the deep blue, and the same with this one because it's a green iridescent, but I just felt like this one would be way more true to the color story because of the base looking way more like the actual shade. So that's why I have these ones, and these are just here because I just pressed them because I have a bunch of new Tanuka pigments that I'm pressing. If you didn't know already, I do already have some videos on them, but I will also upload a new video with all my new pigments, and I think it's like about 40, so it's going to be a lot. But these are one of my orders that I'm pressing, so that's just that explained. So I'm really happy with this color story. I think it's so fun, and I really just wanted to make a super smoky eye look with these shades. And yeah, I guess I can just show you the swatches before we get into the look. So here we have all of the shades swatched out. As you can see, the black one has a very particular formula. It's in need of a glitter glue, and I didn't use that for this swatch, which is why it's looking a little bit funny, but it's a really cool pigment, so if you're into those kinds of weird pigments, I could definitely recommend that. And as you can see, the mattes swatch great. Obviously the neon is a little bit chalky, but I swear it's one of the best neon formulas I've ever tried. Not that I've tried that many, but it performs really good on the eye. And obviously that sparkly pigment from Tanuka is just so gorgeous, and it also has that beautiful lime green shift with, of course, also a pink shift to it, as you can see more up there. So now that you have seen the shades or shadows that I picked out, let's just go straight into the look. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do with these colors, but I'm quite sure I will put this deeper blue in the outer and inner crease. Then I will put this one in the middle of the crease, this one all over the lid, and I think I want to use the neon green as my inner corner, maybe top it off with a highlight and do something with maybe these three for the lower lash line. We will just have to take it as it goes. But I'm just going to take my Kaleidos Makeup S3 brush into the shade Crushed Blueberry and start packing that on the inner and outer corner of the crease. As usual, I do have my NARS Smudge Proof Primer on, and I'm just going to tap the pigment on and then slightly blend out the edges of the pigment right here. So I do want this look to be quite smoky and deep, and I will have to drag this quite a bit up since I'm putting that black on the lid, and I still want to be able to see the colors that I put in my crease. Now I'm just taking Midnight Violet in the middle here, and I'm using a smaller brush since it's such a small space that I'm adding it to, and I'm of course also covering my whole lid with these shadows so that I have a deeper base for that black pigment. And just to make sure I'm not dragging the pigment a lot higher up, I'm just setting my eyeshadow base with my setting powder with this tiny brush. That will just help a little bit with the blending. And now I'm just going in with that same brush I used for the purple shade. It's clean. I took off all of the pigment on my color switch. I'll just be working on the edges of the pigment so I can have a nice blend. So I'm pretty happy with the blending. I might still go in a little bit extra, but with these deeper shades it's hard to get like a super seamless blend. But for me this is good enough, and I'm just going to repeat the same thing I did on this eye on the other eye before I forget what I did, and then I'll be going in with that black pigment. Now we're getting into the scary part, which is the black pigment from Tammy Tanuka, and just to make sure I did double check the description on their webpage for how to apply it, and it says apply onto a sticky base with a flat brush, and yeah, to really get a thick coating, and it's very difficult to use according to the website, so I'm really scared of how this might go. But I'm just going to apply my BH Cosmetics Base Booster where I want the pigment, and then I'm just going to try to apply it with a flat brush. And I don't think I want the pigment necessarily all the way in towards the inner corner, so I'm just trying to like find a shape that works for my hooded eyes. So it's basically just trying to see how it looks like looking straight forward, but also that it looks okay when you open or like stretch your eyelids. I'm also thinking of maybe using that lighter green pigment as like a liner in the crease, just like above in the middle, but we'll just have to wait and see how it looks with the black pigment. So now I'm just trying to pick it up with my brush, and since I pressed it myself I do have to push a little bit into it. I'm honestly just digging in to get a lot of product right now. So this is how my brush is looking, and ooh, that is so cool though. So I feel like that went quite well actually. I'm just going to tap on that deep blue shade on the edge right here just to make sure I have it as pigmented as possible towards the edge of that black pigment. And I think I will just go ahead and do a normal black liner right here, a wing. So now I just worked in a little bit of that pigment eyeliner girl into some glitter glue right here, and I'm using my BH Cosmetics Studio Pro brush in, it's number 12. So this is both of my eyes done with the top of my eyes, and I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of this fallout and do my face makeup before I go ahead and show you how I do my lower lash line. I still haven't decided what I want to do for my lower lash line, but I will go in with the neon in my inner corner. Now I'm just taking that blue shade here, just in the outer corner. Now going in with the purple. I kind of want to have a little bit of that shade that I put right here as a cut crease underneath here as well. So I'll just take a bit of the rest that I had on my hand right here, and I'll just apply that close to the waterline right here. Okay, so that's my finished look, and it did end up super smoky like I wanted to, and I do actually really like this look. I ended up using my LA Girl Neon liner, Shockwave liner, in the shade Fresh for my waterline. For my lips, I ended up using my Color Drain Satin Lipstick in the shade Empathy, and my lip liner from Guerlain in the shade Burnt Chocolate, which I really like. And for highlight, I ended up using two from Looxi Beauty. It's actually one of my favorite, like all-time favorite highlighter combos. It's Voodoo and Halo from Looxi Beauty, and they're like a green and a blue sort of, but they both have sort of like a peachy base, almost like my skin tone. So I just feel like they pop so much, and I just love those together. But yeah, that is my finished look, and I guess you should just hop over to Millie to check out her look. I'm so excited to see what she does with the color story that I picked out. I still don't really know when I'm filming this which of the color stories she picked out from the ones I chose for her, so I'm super excited to see that. And I also just want to thank her for doing this collab with me. I think it's just such a fun collab to do, like to find this color story and just pick out the shades that you feel like fit to the color story. And yeah, I just thought it was so much fun, and I would love to do it again, either with her or anyone else. Honestly, it was so much fun. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. Please leave a comment down below what you think of the color story that Millie gave me and the shadows that I picked out. Like, would you have done it a lot differently, or would you have done the same? And what do you think of the eyeshadow look that I came up with? Please let me know down below in the comment section. And yeah, I just want to thank you so much for watching. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this with single shadows and tutorials. I do a lot of those. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye!